Hello students, this is Anup Das from Delhi World Public School Kalyani and I welcome you all to this English lesson. Today's lesson is on the fourth chapter of the literature reader book Class 8. Well, it is Street Cries, a beautiful poem composed by Sarojini Naidu, one of the most celebrated poets that our country has ever produced. Well, before we move on and analyze the poem, let us know a few facts about Sarojini Naidu. She was a freedom fighter, a patriot, and a poet of modern India. She was born on 13th of February in the year 1879 in a Bengali family in Hyderabad. She was educated in Chennai, London, Cambridge. She later married Dr. Govindarajulu Naidu and settled down in Hyderabad. She took part in Indian freedom fight or in the national movement and became a follower of Gandhiji, and she fought for the attainment of freedom. Now let me tell you, she was the first woman president of Indian National Congress, and after India's independence she became the governor of United Provinces, which is now called Uttar Pradesh, till her death in the year 1949. Talking about her literary creations, her poetry has the lightness and beauty of a bird's song. It is as if full of grace, and that's the reason she is known as the Nightingale of India. She composed poetry in which swift thoughts and strong emotions sprang into lyrics by themselves. She has given expression to the joys as well as to the sorrows of life. She was sensitive to the beauty of living things. Her poetry includes children's poems, nature poems, patriotic poems, and the poems of love and death. As a sensitive poet, Sarojini Naidu proved that English language can be made a vehicle of one's creativity. She was influenced by the English Romanticism and by some Persian and Urdu poets too. Her first volume of poetry, The Golden Threshold, was published in the year 1905. That was followed by The Bird of Time, The Broken Wing, and The Sceptered Flute. The poem Street Cries is dedicated to the peddlers, vendors, and hawkers who shout their trade cries all through the day in order to convince the people to buy their goods. The poem comprises 3 stanzas depicting 3 different phases of the day. Let's see the first stanza. When the first sounds of early morning, such as twittering of the birds, bells from the temples, and breeze of the cattle fill the sky, the world, which means people inhabiting the earth, are awakened. Everyone wakes up to the various calls of the vendors on the streets. Remember, is the time when the shepherds take their cattle to the grassland, farmers go to their fields to harvest the ripened wheat, corn, or rice to earn some profit. However, some men are actually on fast, and they did not have anything since the last night's supper. What are they doing? They are going on hurriedly with their load of bread, calling out, "Buy bread, buy bread." While in the first stanza the poetess depicts the early morning scene, in the second one she portrays the picture of a sweltering afternoon. In summers, when the earth is dry and the soil loses its strength, when the rivers have no water and there is a consistent glare of the sun during the afternoon, when the cuckoo birds who are very tired take shelter in shades and sing in a very low voice, these hawkers do not stop their cries. They continue shouting, "Buy fruit, buy fruit." They do not stop even when their throats run dry, shouting out for prospective buyers. They crave for some liquid to get solace from the scorching heat. Still, they don't stop their trade cries. During the evening hours, when the moonlight shines over the cheerful and enthusiastic marketplace, and quite suddenly the sky is covered with stars, when a stringed musical instrument is being played and the incense sticks are lighted, when the couples sit on the terrace of their buildings in a very calm and tranquil atmosphere. Let me tell you, these couples actually enjoy a drink, which means enjoying the life's affection, fondness, and the sweetness.
However, at that time too, the florists come to the street to sell their flowers. And they cry, buy flowers, buy flowers. Sarojini Naidu depicted a clear picture of three different phases of the day and conveyed the importance of the service rendered by the street hawkers. And they do that according to the human needs and moods. She depicted the humble folks, the vendors, who are engaged in their daily task and portrayed the dignity of labor through which the people of India earn their livelihood. The vendors are suitable representatives of the greatness of the land of which they arise, and they are relentless in their actions in order to earn their living and run their families.
Well, that brings us to the end of this lesson. To catch the in-depth analysis of this entire poem at in the online classes. Thank you.